How are you feeling about this coming to an end?
I don't feel like it's coming to an end because I feel like we've like said goodbye on set and then come back for junkets and then obviously because we shot two movies at once back to back, come back again for more junkets. And as we know, film lasts forever. I'm sure they'll find a way to bring something back to life, whether it's just a fan meet and greet or just to rewatch them all years down the line, or maybe a cameo in a spin-off or something. I don't put it past Voltage and the After fan base to whip something else up. So it doesn't feel as sad as it should feel. But no, it's more that I'm just proud of the work we've done rather than sad to not do any more. I'm so grateful for the opportunity. We've done 4 films. So yeah, no, I feel good about it. I'm not too sad just yet.
Yeah, and I know everyone's going to be talking about this for a long time, so it definitely won't be over quite yet. But like you just said, you guys filmed these last two back to back. Was that something that you liked doing, or would you rather of them be a little spaced out?
I feel like filming 2 movies back to back is so nice in the way that you get to like keep the momentum up, and sometimes one movie feels a little bit short at times. Sometimes when you try filming like a matter of 4 weeks, 1 week prep, it was really nice to do 2 back to back. But just because of filming during COVID, that's the only reason I would have only kind of maybe wanted to do one, because the circumstances we were in were challenging. To be fair, we were all in the same hotel floor, and at first we thought security were there to prevent from fans and people from getting up, but we later found out they were there to keep us locked in. Um, but no, it was fine. We all got really close. Everyone got to know each other. We had a nice little kind of Halloween party in our little private floor, and we made it work. Lots of Monopoly deal, lots of movie nights, and yeah. So filming 2 back to back wasn't such a challenge, but filming during COVID definitely was.
Yeah, yeah, you probably don't get to celebrate the end of a very successful series the way you would if you were
Yeah,
able to go out with everybody. But we kind
yeah.
of left the last one on a little bit of a cliffhanger, which these movies do love to do. You think you think it's kind of wrapping up in the last 5 minutes. You're like, something crazy happens and you're like, oh, can't wait for the next one, which is exactly where we are. Can you talk a little bit about Hardin's headspace going into this last movie, because he just had a pretty big family bombshell hit him?
Yeah, that scene actually, when we were in Bulgaria, we were filming at that hotel all day. And towards the end of the day, I think we had upwards of 2,000 people outside. And it was all like glass windows, which you can't really see from the way the cameras were set up. Because then obviously you're thinking, why has Hardin got 1,000+ people screaming at the window? So it felt a bit like theater in the way that we were kind of like performing almost for a crowd. But yeah, that moment is massive, and obviously kind of everything that comes after it. It's insane. I can't imagine going through that in real life. But no, there's no better person to do it opposite with Steve Moyer, who plays Vance. We love him so much. And yeah, we loved it to be continued. We love to keep people wanting more. And I think it works. So yeah.
We're gonna have to wrap this one up, you would think. How do you feel about how Tessa and Hardin's love story ends?
I think when you turn on the first one, 10 minutes in, you're like, I know these guys are going to be together. But I think we do a good job of keeping everyone on their toes and making sure people don't get too comfortable. And I think that's the reality of I wouldn't ever say like toxic, but definitely turbulent relationship that they have. Um, Requires a lot of work, and sometimes you need to take a break, and sometimes you come back and sometimes you don't, and that's why we deliberately like to leave it open-ended. The confusion and anticipation and conversations like this where you're arguing with your friend about whether they're going to be together, whether they should, whether they shouldn't, it's always welcome. So yeah, again, no spoilers, but we do like to keep people guessing. No one's allowed to get too comfortable.
Yeah, I think a relationship like this, when you watch it on the screen, people fall in love with the couple. And sometimes, though, when you watch, you think, maybe these two shouldn't be together. Do you think that they have had a relationship that, people idolize, I guess?
I get asked a lot in interviews about like whether people should
Idolize
idolize
them.
them,
Yeah.
yeah, as a couple. And when people say like, is it a toxic relationship? Obviously, my gut kicks in to, you know, to say like, no, of course not. But I completely understand the speculation on that being the case. But ultimately, it's not a very entertaining film to watch if it's just a couple smooth sailing, no issues whatsoever. So yeah, we have to remember this is for primarily entertainment purposes. And like any piece of art, entertainment, film, TV, stories, whatever, you need to take it all with a pinch of salt. Take what you take, leave what you don't. Um, so yeah, no, I understand it, but I do think yeah, man, the turbulent relationship is fun to watch. We're giving you what you guys asked for. And I also think it's a typical thing of when you're outside of it, you can see all the negatives. But when you're in it, when you've got a friend who's maybe with someone who you maybe think they shouldn't be, as we know with Hardin and Tessa, you don't know exactly what they're going through and you don't know the person as well as their partner does. So yeah, a lot of speculation, and it's good to not really find the answer. It's good to continue to be able to keep asking. But listen, if they can get to the end, then you know, in one piece, they'll both be better for it, I'm sure.